Welcome to the Transform Sales Podcast, where forward-thinking business leaders come to share their experiences and ideas, learn from each other, and amplify their results together.
All right, team. So for anyone listening in, today I'm with Sam Balzan. He is the owner, founder of Purple Sales. Sam, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into sales outsourcing in this beautiful industry of sales.
Yeah, so I've been in sales since I would say 25 years, and very often I've experienced that I was pretty strong at hunting and finding new leads within the different jobs, and it was kind of a gap within the company I was working for in Europe, in North America. So after my last job, I decided to set up a company that will fill that gap.
Mhm.
And I realized that it's very competitive. There is a lot of players, and you have to stand out. So at Purple Sales, we are really sales focused, and because I've been in sales, closing deals all my life, and the idea is really the upstream of the process, how to get the right meeting for your sales team that we generate. So if you have the right prospects, then you can make a great job as a salesperson, because
Wonderful.
yeah,
It's a matter of having the right prospects, but then it's not like you don't get all the same prospects the same way. You don't fish for all the different types of fishes in the same way. So that leads me to my next question, which is, hey, tell me a little bit about your best customer, Sam. Who would be a great fit for Purple Sales?
yeah, a great fit, I would say. We have been in tech for the last 5 years. So we work a lot with tech companies, SaaS company. They have been with pre-seed or seed money or Series A, and they need to conquer new market, or they want to grow their pipeline for their sales team. So that's where we really focus.
Okay, technology companies early in their founding game, a couple of rounds. Would you say you rather work with growing companies, already established ones, SMBs with some funding? Help me understand that a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag because even in a very established company, they acquire new companies and they put together a new offering. So it's more entrepreneur type of executive we are dealing with, and they need to grow their pipeline even within established company. Or
Mhm.
you have just a new company that has already 10, 20 clients, and they want to grow to 100 clients. Or you have somebody very strong in their own market in Sweden and they want to develop US. So, for instance, that's what the type of clients we have very often.
Perfect. Now, you mentioned technology, but this is a big umbrella. Do you have any specific niche or sweet spot, either in the software space, hardware, manufacturing, distribution of technology? Any sweet spot for Purple Sales?
I think at the beginning it was really SaaS company, and then now we have a robust process in place. So we have more and more companies from other industries coming to us, and they are like kind of at the cutting edge of what they do, and they have some technology involved as well. And it's not only SaaS, and it could be definitely manufacturing. It could be logistics. It could be insurance. So it depends, and people are really creative to come to us, and they say, "Oh, we want to work with you, and that's what we do, and we believe that you can bring value to us."
I see. Now, it also seems like you've been around for a couple of years, more than 10 years in this space. So I can see why, hey, technology really does encompass a few of the different verticals that you have some experience working with. So, how about we speak around one of your service offerings in a specific case or success story around one of those services? Tell me, what is one of those services that Purple Sales is typically sought after, or a service that a lot of people can benefit from?
Yeah, so we address one question that is always the same, and that can change the game. It's really can we have more meetings for our sales team? So we do appointment setting, and
Mhm.
that's what we do better and better. And it's kind of sometimes a recipe. So you need multiple elements all together to make it work. So we know that framework very well, and we can identify the missing parts, and we can help out on the missing parts. So, of course, people come to us and they have an idea of the playbook, how they will approach a prospect, how they will set up a campaign. So they have like some pieces of the puzzle. We
Mhm.
can complete that puzzle very quickly because we have done that more than 100 times. So
Okay, so they already started with a strategy, started with some motions, but not the full, let's say, A to C strategy is completely lined up. And that's where you come in, bring your expertise, enhance that, and help them get more meetings booked. I would imagine the success metric for this service is discovery meetings. Is that correct?
that's right. Yeah.
Now, if to get a little bit more details on what are the best targets to pursue with this service, with this appointment setting service, tell me a little bit about the industries, verticals, geographies, languages, and maybe decision makers that you can convert, that you can get meetings for the people listening in.
Yeah, so I would say our sweet spot is Canada and US. We cover mainly executive, so at the C level or above director minimum, and it helps to have the decision maker, the champion of a solution, and then uh, yeah, we do also Europe because we speak French, and there is like the Quebec, but there is France, there is UK, Germany, and some other countries in Europe that we can cover. Uh, but and the vertical, I would say, it's manufacturing, financial services, large enterprise. We do account-based selling as well. So you can target, I don't know, the top 50 largest company in US.
Fortune
Uh,
100, Fortune
yeah,
500.
that's right, and we can work on those lists. Um, and also we can do mid-market. Sometimes we start at 50 employees up to 500.
Mhm.
So it depends, and we convert also revenue and employees kind of based by different verticals. So it's really a metric that we use, employees, the number of employees,
Mhm.
to judge the size of the company. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
also we have some campaigns where we go after the subsidiary. So you have like foreign companies, they want to enter US, but you can work with the companies. They are from that country, but they have a subsidiary in US. So that could be a good target as well to start with. It depends of. So we identify, we strategize. So they have an idea, and we bring ideas and we brainstorm, we define a plan, and we run it.
Perfect. Now, you mentioned earlier as well manufacturing, fintech, financial services. Help me understand who are also great targets for this campaign in the sense of we were discussing decision makers. What sort of department do they oversee? Is this a great service for getting appointments with sales leaders, marketing leaders, technology leaders, owners, financial leaders? Help me understand that.
Yeah, so we cover it all. It's not an issue, but you don't talk to marketing the same way you talk to sales, or
Correct.
you don't talk to engineering department than the same way as the operation department. So there is like nuances that we are aware, and we can guide you and we can work together. But you know also your market, so we listen and we catch up, and we pick your brain, and we mix it with our experience, and we get some great results.
All right. Now, when it comes to results, can you give me an example of these great results you mentioned, Sam? Maybe some
Yes,
idea of the numbers that your customers were getting before hiring you and the numbers that they're getting after, and you tell me how many months. What can you get for them?
yes. So I would say like there is a lot of player on the market. Uh, I think the beauty is to have the free channel like
Mm.
email, phone call, and LinkedIn. So if
Okay.
you do the three of them, you get great results. So there is like a cadence, I would say, like of emails, but at the same time, you can test the water with cold calling, and then you can call on signals. And so you call on signals, replies, or you call on the targeted list. So and then on LinkedIn, you can reach out to the the person to connect, but also to have a sequence that runs, or just casually interacting with people naturally as an SDR, because he mastered the messaging, because he has been on the phone, he has been sending emails, doing follow-ups. So now he's on LinkedIn. He's not a robot. He's really like doing an interaction with the person to get the meeting
Okay.
naturally.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, hey, we can customize and combine different channels, ideally all three, to get the best conversion rates. But I'm still waiting on some results. Hey, before the customer was getting 5 or no meetings, right, per month, and after working with us, they reached these level. Can you give me an idea there?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So there is always a, I'm talking about the runway. So you have to be
Mhm.
aware that when you hire somebody, it's like 90 days, minimum, to understand how they can perform. Of
A
course, after
ramp up.
3 weeks, if it doesn't work, say, okay, thank you, stop. But generally, there is a ramp up, and then we define the goals during that ramp up. So
Okay.
what it looks like, what we need to do. So the first month is kind of tricky because you learn the pitch, you learn we can build a landing page dedicated to the campaign. We can do the brochure. We can help you on the messaging. We validate the messaging together. We do the data, all
Mm.
this, and warm up the emails. So all this take a little bit of time, like I would say 10, 15, 3 weeks max. But after that period, like everybody is ready to hit the ground running, and
Execute.
and the number of sending will increase, uh, and also we can adapt the campaign based on the results. So generally, we start with 1 or 2 meetings, the first month.
Hmm.
But then we can judge the meeting, we can shadow the meeting, understand how you interact with your prospect. Then we bring that knowledge back to the campaign and the pitch, and then we increase the second month to 5 to 10, and then on average will be between 8 and 15 per month. Um, and
Perfect.
it has to be a good volume of sending, a good volume of messaging and calling. So
Okay, got it. So as long as there is a preparation, crafting of the strategy, iteration, you go through a ramp up period where you can convert, but the idea there is to map out the strategy, learn from the audience, what's resonating, what not. Ideally, after 3 months of running the campaign and iterating, improving, you should be able to get between 5 to 15 qualified discovery meetings per month, correct?
that's right, yeah. And what we have seen is some clients, they stay with us for 2.5 years. So and they are so happy because their business is now the issue they have. They get the meeting and they can't close it. So they say, can you help us also to coach the salespeople? So we start to do that as well, because I've been in sales. So I'm doing some coaching of the sales team of my clients. So
Wonderful.
it's, yeah, it's very exciting.
So it can be a full turnkey solution. You start with appointment setting, provided everything's going well. That's all your buyers need. But should there be something else, training, assistance, or you closing the deals for them, that's also a possibility.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
exactly. And revisit the sales process, the entire process from launching a campaign to the close. So that's very interesting.
When it comes to revising that entire process, what sort of reports can one of your buyers expect? What type of KPIs or information do you measure and report back, and how do you report it back?
Yeah, so every week we have a weekly, and what we do now more and more, it's a live Excel spreadsheet. So
Okay,
when we have conversation with people, they are interested or to nurture, or maybe even not interested, uh, the prospect can be really tagged on that spreadsheet, and then our client can interact with us and say, hey, I spoke to them 1 year ago, and they were, this guy is not the right guy, call that guy, so, and then you have like an optimization of the work that has been done. So generally you have the conversation, you have the number of calls, the number of sending, the campaigns, what is the open rate, the click rate, and the replies. But
perfect.
most importantly is, what are the deal booked and the follow-ups they are going to be booked So then you have a kind of pipeline of meetings that are coming up, and how those meetings are converting into deals, because we want to know. Because if we have
Wow.
meetings they don't convert, uh, then we readjust. So it's kind of a report for us as well.
Okay, that's something that I'm sure the audience is going to want to hear. You're not just booking meetings for the sake of booking meetings. You analyze productivity. There's a dashboard, a spreadsheet, you said, where they can see the numbers, the incremental numbers for productivity, as well as the view of the pipeline and the opportunities, as well as a weekly meeting where you can discuss maybe how to follow up or handle a specific opportunity or iterations on the whole campaign. Is that correct?
That's right. And we are an HubSpot partner, so we encourage everybody to work on HubSpot, and we create deals automatically from the sales engagement pipeline, sales engagement tool we use to launch the emails. So the one they click and reply, we create a marketing deal, that we manage. So it's kind of easier for us to manage, and also the SDR knows exactly what he has to do.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So you work on your own systems. You can report through spreadsheets so the buyer knows what's going on regardless of the systems that they use. But if they happen to be using HubSpot, you can blend in much better and interact on the same CRM than your customers, correct?
that's right. Yeah, we can do that. Or if they don't have HubSpot, we implement an instance HubSpot,
Mhm.
and then we start with the starter, and we can get some result from there. And if
Starter
they like it,
version.
yeah,
Okay.
starter version. And if they like it, then they can be a client also of us on the tech stack. So
Tech stack migration services. Get
that's
it.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So they can
Perfect.
move from another CRM to HubSpot. We can guide them on the marketing side, sales side, and
Almost like a
grow.
heart transplant right there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, excellent, excellent. So I want to end this session by getting some tips from you, Sam. You've been in business for many, many years, working different verticals, everything under tech, different business models, not only appointment setting, which we just discussed, but also closing deals. I would imagine product market fit validation and other types of services. But I want to end this session with some tips from you for the audience. If someone is considering right now Purple Cell Solution and they want to increase their probabilities of achieving the results they want fast with you, what are some tips that you can give them? What should they prepare in advance?
Yeah. So generally, they have run some campaigns before. So they have started alone, and they have tried another agency. They have some pieces of the puzzle, I would say. So maybe the messaging, maybe they have done a good email campaign. So I have a new client and say, "Oh, we launch a campaign on 500 contacts, and we have not follow up with it." Say, "Yeah, it's good. You have launched the campaign. So now what do we do?" We have to follow up with those guys. So that's great. So they have the messaging, they launch it, they find the persona, so we help them to go to the finish line, which is the appointment. And The playbook, generally you have consulting firms, they, they build the playbook, and it's very expensive. It takes months to do that because they explore all the possibilities. Here, we start with a playbook 101, like, okay, let's do a playbook for one campaign, launch it, work it, and then maybe a second campaign. You have a third idea, a fourth idea. And then you have, at the end of the mandate, a kind of very comprehensive playbook for multiple persona, multiple target, multiple vertical, and it's really like don't be shy to come to us, even if you
Mhm.
don't have a brochure, but you know what to put in the brochure, because we have designer, we can put that together and look very good. But the content, the content we need to put into the brochure. The landing page, same thing, your business, but we can help you to maybe shorten and be to the point, and be really sales driven in terms of messaging.
Sounds like you can help, let's say an analogy with the gym, you can help someone that wants to get ripped and wants to get a six pack app get that six-pack app as long as they already putting in the work of going to the gym. Maybe they don't have the right diet, they don't have the right exercises, their form may not be the best, but at least they are waking up every day going to the gym, and then you can take them on and shape them and get them to that six-pack. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah. So the one they have tried and they have already a team. So we have another client. He has like two experts, one in marketing, one in operations. He knows HubSpot and all those things. So, but they don't know how to have those meetings. So, but they are valuable to us. We accelerate so much to have them on board. So they are part of the team. We are part of their team, and we work together to make it happen faster. So that's
Wonderful.
the one they have already. The momentum are the best because the one they don't have a champion or they don't have somebody willing to do something or didn't try already something. It's very difficult to run a campaign alone. Like we need a champion with our clients.
There needs to be some synergy with your best customers. I like that. All right, there you have it, team. You can find Purple Sales in the CloudTask marketplace. Sam, something else you want to share with the audience before we take and part ways?
Yeah, so don't hesitate. Book a time with us if you have any desire to grow your business in a new country or on a new vertical. You want to test a new solution. We can do that fast with you, and we'll love to hear from you.
All right, there you have it, team. Sam, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to doing more business together.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.